Welcome back to pregame.tv. I'm your host, Marco D'Angelo, joined in studio, Ken Thomson, SportsX Radio, Bryan Leonard, man about town. We're here. We're going to break down some college basketball for you. It's the NBA All-Star Weekend, so no NBA action for us this week. But we're going to take a look at Memphis at Connecticut to get things started. It's going to be Bryan's free play. And Bryan, you got a couple teams here. Memphis, they're 9-2 in their last 11 games. And the two losses, one was to SMU, which got to be one of the biggest surprise teams of the basketball season. And I think Coach Brown deserves to be in the conversation for Coach of the Year with what he's done with that program.
He is the conversation.
You know? Yeah, but he won't win it. You know he won't win it because he's from SMU.
It depends what they do in the postseason. If they can do something, I mean, they've been unbeatable at home. But Chuck and I were talking. He said Larry Brown by 5 lengths. And I said, well, Kristoviak up what he's doing at Utah. We started just thinking of guys that haven't been relevant yet. So we'll see.
It'll be interesting as we move forward to March Madness and see how far they can go. But the other loss to the Connecticut Huskies. And so we got a revenge game here. Connecticut's playing good basketball themselves, but they're a team, I think, they're beating up on the lower-rung teams. I know they did beat Memphis, but other than that, they don't have a signature win, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was going to make that point also. I noticed you're wearing short sleeves. It's kind of cold in here, isn't it?
Well, I got the RJ memo, and he said short sleeves. Then I got here, and it was, what, 30, 32 below.
Yeah, forgot we made last week. He was wearing a jacket. You were wearing a jacket. I'm wearing, the leather jacket.
I thought it'd be fixed by now.
Yeah, the leather jacket. Well, it's just Phil. I mean, some homeless guy must have climbed up on the roof and took all the copper out of our heating unit. So the only thing I could figure is he must have been buying Marco's place the last month.
Well, I don't know if it was Marco's place or his system. Remember, he's got that his little theory that.
Oh, you had that on the St. John's.
Right, the Creighton St. John's.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to talk about that one in a little bit. You're just like, you can't even wait to bust my balls.
Well, here's what I thought. I thought maybe Marco, after that loss, was the reason that copper's missing. I just throwing it out there.
Well, you think Marco needed the?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, Ken,
maybe melting it down to
a broken watch is right twice a day too. So congratulations on getting that St. John's play in last week.
We got a game to break down.
Yeah, we do. I mean, these guys couldn't even wait till we're actually going to actually do a St. John's game. I mean, these guys are like rehearsing busting my stones.
Yeah, that's good.
Last guy gets picked on. Last guy to come to the shoot.
All right. You want to talk about, before we let him talk, it's his game, but, now he's at the back of the bus. I might not even let him talk.
Oh, man.
You have anything to say on this game?
I'll tell you what. Shabazz Napier is up there for Player of the Year. This guy is playing out of his mind. Boatwright stays healthy. I mean, they've got a squad. This team can do some damage. You can still get a good future price on this team. Kevin Ollie's doing an outstanding job.
Yeah, he's a great coach. And you talked about it, Marco. You talked about Connecticut beating up on the Weaklings. Could just go down their schedule. I mean, they're winning by, the last time, 43 points against South Florida, beating up on Central Florida. This is a team that's beat up on a lot of teams. But take a look at their losses this year. Every time they stepped up in class, Cincinnati, Louisville, SMU, who we just spoke about, Stanford. And you take a look at their wins, their signature wins. They beat Florida by 1. And they beat this Memphis team. So I think this Memphis team has had this game circled.
All right. Well, you know what? This is your free play. And against my better judgment, I'm going to go ahead and let you make it official.
All right. As you could probably gather by now, I'm playing Memphis in this game. They lost by 10 points last time playing at home against Connecticut in this matchup. Connecticut's a very good team. Memphis, a very good team. But I prefer to take the team who was embarrassed on their home court. And we just talked about it. Connecticut's off of 2 big blowout wins. The other day, I was in the car driving while the Connecticut game was going on, and the sports stations were going to the breaks. They go, Connecticut's up by 25, and they're in the first half. Everybody heard that Connecticut's off of a big win. This line's going to come out. Wouldn't surprise me if more people bet Connecticut. I'm expecting something in the small favorite range here for Connecticut. I actually think Memphis is going to win this game straight up. Memphis is coming off of that game against Gonzaga. Then they just played Central Florida, and then they got this big home revenge game coming up. I was against Memphis in the last game. I did take Central Florida, no doubt cover the entire time because you knew they had this game circled. They were preoccupied. They wanted this next game here against Connecticut. They got Rutgers, Temple, and Houston on deck. So, you know, this is the all-in game for Memphis. It's rare when one of these elite teams, and I happen to think Memphis is an elite team going back, you know, the last few coaching changes. They've been very good. Obviously, some of the competition in their conference hasn't been that great over the years, but now they're in a good conference, playing a good team right here. I expect the outright win. I'm going to take them on the money line.
All right, there you have it. Bryan says to take Memphis on Saturday. They play with revenge. We're going to come back. We're going to go to the ACC, Pitt versus North Carolina. That'll be my free play. That's up next. Pregame.tv.